It's a great question. Engineered wood siding. So pros and cons around engineered wood siding. So again, I think one of the great things about engineered wood siding is depending on different parts of the country that you're in, it actually performs extremely well. It's got authentic look, so it looks just like wood siding. Comes in multiple colors. It comes in multiple design options. There's a bunch of stuff that's really great about engineered wood siding. One of the other things is typically here from an installation standpoint, fairly easy to install, not a lot of special tools, lighter, less joints. You'll hear a bunch of pros and cons from that perspective, from the installation perspective. What's interesting for us here in the Chicago marketplace, and again, I had always heard and I had always been around, and when you hear from different manufacturers, you hear every manufacturer goes at each other and they talk about what they're great at and what the other guy is not so good at. And one of the big things that a lot of other manufacturers go after engineered wood siding about is susceptibility to insects and pests and woodpeckers and things like that. And again, from a marketing perspective, you don't know whether you believe it or you don't believe it. What's been interesting for us since we've been in the Chicago-based market for the last couple of years, and we do, resides, every couple of weeks. Biggest thing we notice is the woodpecker reality in the Chicagoland market. The insects, the pests, they really do exist in the particular marketplace. And I'm actually amazed. Probably 50% of the jobs that we do, one of the complaints from the homeowner is that they've got a problem with pests, woodpeckers, something like that. And time again, we come across whether it's a real wood home, whether it's a stucco home, or whether it's an engineered wood siding home. Woodpeckers, once they get into your area and once they start deciding that they really like your house as their new residence, they're pretty relentless. And that's the biggest thing here in the Chicago marketplace. I always say to my homeowners, if you have a choice, if you have a woodpecker problem and you have a choice, why would you decide to put wood back on the home? Listen, the other thing about engineered wood siding in the marketplace, again, is you get into the situation where it's not necessarily a specialized type product line. So with the contractor that you're working on and with their experience, are they truly experienced, not to make the siding itself look good, but are they experienced to really take care of the job as a whole? So the siding, we find, is just such a small portion of the job. The actual material is such a small portion. Once we get into the job with you and we start tearing off your old siding and we see what the substrate is underneath, we look at the proper techniques of how to install new siding. Again, sometimes the products that's the easiest to install, the one that doesn't take a specialist to do, or someone that really knows how to install siding, sometimes that should leave you a little worried too, because it's not about the end look, it's about all the little things that are happening when the project's going on. So I would tell you, in Chicago, woodpeckers are real. I would never put a wood-based product on in the Chicagoland marketplace.